Thank you to Fabric Mart for gifting me the fabric for this project. I've been thinking a lot of what it means to have a handmade wardrobe and what it means to me specifically to have that satisfaction of knowing that all of my clothes are handmade. For the past 5 years, it has been a point of pride for me to say 90% of my wardrobe is handmade. But as I get busier with working a full-time job and doing other things in my life, I am starting to find that time is not in my favor like it has been in the past, which isn't a bad thing. Sewing is going to be my primary hobby regardless of how much time I'm able to give to it. But there are other recent events that have happened in my life, which I will not go into detail with, that have made it so sewing seems less enjoyable. It's less of a priority, and it has left me wondering if my primary outlet for creativity is no longer sewing, then what other ways can I be creative? Can it be in the way I get dressed every day? Can it be in a completely different art style? Can it just be in my day-to-day living and just creating a life that I enjoy? And while I miss doing these big elaborate projects that I used to do on my channel when I had a lot more time, I just don't have that time anymore. Doing a simple wrap skirt from a free mood pattern seems to be all that I'm capable of every other month, even though I have this dedicated sewing space and I can make dedicated work time. I just don't feel inspired to sew right now. Sometimes I wonder about the other people like me who have made their hobbies or their relaxing or whatever you want to call this their entire personality. How they handle with these moments of burnout, these moments of I just don't want to. Because I think that's part of what we don't talk about when you have a lifelong hobby. That yes, you will do it for your entire life, but no, you're not going to do it every day of your life. Will I get back to sewing and making grand, elaborate projects? Yes. Do I expect that to be in the next 3 to 5 months? Absolutely not. One of my friends came over a few weeks ago and he took one look at my sewing studio and decided that it was not in the right place for me to be able to be creative in there. So he took it upon himself to clean the entire thing. And I was so appreciative. And he said, now it's ready for when the muse comes back. He also told me, you have a lot going on right now, and I understand why you don't want to be doing this because sewing takes so much time and energy, but now your space is ready. And I think about that every now and again in the few weeks that this has happened. And I just think, there's a time and a season for everything. And sometimes we just need a time and a space to do other things, to keep ourselves creative, to keep ourselves motivated, and to find other things that we enjoy. Sewing is a lifelong hobby for me. Sewing is something that I will always come back to because I always have. And just because I am a little bit less motivated now doesn't mean that I'm going to be less motivated in the future. I guess what I am really trying to say is, if you are also going through a rough patch or creative hiatus, or your brain is just saying no, it's okay. Take your break, do something else, find something else you enjoy. It'll come back. You'll get it back.